All right, we are live on Facebook, and I'm so excited. I'm tickled pink. I am sitting with four of the most powerful ladies I know in the world of business on this planet. I'm joined by my personal. I mean, I feel honored to call her my personal mindset coach. Right? I don't know if she claims me as a client, but my personal mindset coach, Deb Erickson. How are you, Deb?
Fabulous.
Awesome. So grateful to have you here. I'm going to tell you how I met Deb earlier this year and what it's done to transform me, my life, my business, and importantly, you all know me, my basketball game. Deb's actually a former college coach as well. And I'm telling you, her game plan has upped my numbers in the world of basketball. I've got all of these women that I'm going to introduce you are multi-million-dollar producers. These are women who run domestic and international organizations in the direct selling field, in network marketing. They're crushing it. And they're living the dream. So Melissa Grimes out of Florida. Melissa, you there? Unmute, say hi.
Hello, hello.
This lady is the horse lady, the horse whisperer, aspiring gardener, but she's leading an amazing organization. Going over to Hawaii, to the lovely islands, Daize Shayne Goodwin.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me, Seth. I appreciate it.
Former pro surfer, still pro surfer. I mean, she's pro at whatever she does. Amazing movie star, singer, mom, wife. She is amazing. You're going to be hearing from her. And Marci Nettles, the enforcer.
Literally, right? I still have all the tools. I think you can kind of see it behind me up here. I've got all the good tools. Thanks, Seth, for having me here.
Oh goodness, out of Arizona, Marci Nettles, formerly in law enforcement. That's why I know some of you are thinking, oh, is she going to be the new Black Widow? Right? So anyway, super excited to be with these women. They have a tight schedule, so we're going to have to get onto it. I'm going to share really briefly my story on why the four of us are here today. We're inviting you to an event that can absolutely change your life. And I'm going to share how it changed my life. So I've been in network marketing for 19 years, and I built some large organizations. I've been hugely blessed to work with amazing women like this, all of whom are better than I am. That's how I've been successful, by the way. Just find people that are better than you and support the heck out of them, okay? Last couple of years, my business has run $70 million US. I did that from my home office. That's one of the amazing benefits of network marketing. And if you're not doing network marketing, if you're not doing it seriously, it's time to rethink that, okay? And talk about, for such a time as this, to quote a little Old Testament verse, network marketing was certainly created for such a time as this. Now, I have a wonderful business. We have a wonderful lifestyle, but I've been stuck. I've been stuck in a perspective, in a, Covey would have called it a paradigm, stuck in frustration. My business is great, but what I've noticed about life is it's not really the circumstances that determine our happiness, our stuckness. It's our mindset, right? It's what we're able to accomplish at that moment. And I was not able to add on top of what we had created. I wanted to further it. I wanted to grow it. I wanted to help more people. I wanted to multiply it. And I've been stuck. I've been stuck for a few years. And so that led me on a journey to find some answers. And I was led to this incredible woman, Deb Erickson, who runs an institution called the ICANN Institute. And she is really, if not the, one of the, well, this is my meeting. She is the recognized authority in the world when it comes to mindset in the world of business, specifically direct selling, but this is applicable everywhere in your life, especially for women, okay? And so I started working with Deb, getting some coaching, utilizing her tools, her neuro tools, to really dive in and find out, why does Seth Mulder not believe in Seth Mulder? And I'm going to tell you what's happened in the last handful of months has been nothing short of absolutely life-changing. My wife, Stephanie's like, Seth, I love this lady. I love this lady. She is helping you dial into you. So I'm just tickled pink to introduce Deb to anybody under the sound of my voice. Professionally, now that she's helped me individually. And again, I mean, like my attraction, the ability for me to attract as a businessman, incredible high quality and high quantity people since meeting Deb, up, double digit. My ability to enroll people to my vision, enroll new customers in my business, attract high quality people who want to do business together. Guess what? We're on track based on my 2020 versus 2021. I'm on track for about a 250% increase. That's after a couple of months working with Deb. And thirdly, and maybe most importantly, my ability to lead people, my ability to coach people, my ability to see into them and to help them get someplace and have the confidence that I can do that. It's just been amazing. So that's why I'm here. That's why I've invited Melissa, Daize, and Marci because of their perspective in business. We're going to hear from them. But I want to turn this over to Deb. Deb, tell us a little about yourself, about the event that you've got coming up November 4th through 6th, virtual, probably the single most important event that I'm going to attend in 19 years in this industry. Thanks, Deb, for being here.
Wow. Wow. Seth, what an incredible introduction. So thank you so much for all of that. And I know our time is short today, so I'm going to get right to the point because what I want to share is not that much about me. What I really want to share is about you. And here's what I mean. Yeah, I've been around the industry for 25 years. I've been to the top of 2 separate companies. I've been at the bottom of 2 separate companies. I've had the experience of the journey. I've gotten stuck. I've gotten free. You know, in other words, yeah, I've done it all. I've consulted and actually owned a piece of a network marketing company. So I've played all the different roles. And here's what I know is that the vast majority of training and coaching and strategies and all the things we get are very much directed towards men by men, meaning it is a male model of thinking. So the push, the force, the run hard, push hard kind of energy that works well for athletes. It works well for high Ds, you know, those people that are drivers or red personalities. That's fabulous for that competitive energy person that comes into our industry, but it doesn't work for the vast majority of women. And why? Because we're wired differently, because we have a different frame of reference, and we have spent a lifetime contorting ourselves into strategies for men, by men, you know, that are really, well, let me just say this. We push against them. You hear women all the time say, I don't want to be pushy. You know, I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to irritate people. What they're really saying is, I don't want to do the business like I've been taught to do the business, you know, by those people that are using force and, you know, the ability to convince someone to join you. And, you know, I got to play that game. I'm an athlete myself. So I did well in that experience, but very few people on my team were able to duplicate. And I couldn't understand. It's like, you know, there's a dream here, right? There's 5 big promises in network marketing: that you're going to be able to create financial freedom, time freedom, that you're going to get recognized, that you're going to up-level your life experience, and finally, that you're going to make a difference. There's 5 big promises. And what I discovered is so few people can say, yes, I'm living that to every single one of those 5. Here's the key. You must be a leader. If you want to claim all 5, you got to be a leader. Oh, you can make a difference at any level, but you're not going to create financial freedom and time freedom and all of the other things that the industry promises and delivers, by the way. You're never going to touch it unless you step into leadership. And so what I discovered was that so many people don't see themselves as leaders. They don't believe that they are a leader. They have anxiety about leading lots of people. Most women are like, you know, I got my hands full. My kids, you know, I got my hands full. I don't know if I can add dozens to hundreds or even thousands of people to a team. What I realized is that their limited mindset around, or even identity around leadership was holding them back. They weren't even giving themselves a chance to claim the promises of the industry because they can't get on board with the identity of something that in their mind feels like a threat. And as I studied neuroscience, what I came up with is the fact that, guess what? That's how the brain works. Your brain will not allow you to move past your limited identity, past your set point. You know, you can't out-earn your self-esteem. You can't outrank your sense of identity. What happens is we use willpower and discipline and we force it to happen, and then we just run right back. That's why you see people all the time go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. They go forward and then they fall back and then they get stuck somewhere. These are all defense mechanisms of the brain. But what I discovered, guys, is that you don't have to push, you don't have to coerce or convince or grab people. You don't have to be a hunter to be successful in network marketing, but you do have to know who you are. You do have to live from your strengths. You do have to know your gifts and talents and vision. You have to be able to manage your mindset so that you can move into the powerhouse that you were born to be. And there is a way to do that that doesn't create that push-pull energy. So how do we do that? I discovered through really understanding the neuroscience of how the brain is wired that we can rewire your brain for success. We can rewire your brain to be an extraordinary recruiter, which is one of the things that Seth decided that he wanted to absolutely positively up-level his recruiting. And you heard him. He's 250% increase in the months that we've worked together. How? Because he rewired his brain. He created a completely different mental awareness of who he was looking for and how they would come to him with ease and grace, right? So that he didn't have to become a maniac. He could simply be an attractor. He could actually be the leader he knows he was born to be. And so we want to do that for you. So here's what the event does. It's a 2-day event, actually 2.5-day event, and you are going to get to come and have an experience, right? A breakthrough. Everything I do is very experiential learning based. So when you come, you're not just listening to me teaching, you're going to experience the breakthroughs. We're going to spend the first day breaking down all of the limits and their origins and where it came from and how you keep creating the same stuckness over and over and over. We are going to dissect it all the way to the ground. And then you're going to be able to release any fear, any doubt, any procrastination, any self-sabotage that's getting in your way. And then on the second day, we're going to build it back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an identity, a leader identity, a business mindset identity, the I amness, right? That there's some part of you knows that's who you are, but we're going to create it so that you can attract exactly what it is you're looking for. So that second day, we're going to identify what your goals and dreams are, and then we're going to create the identity that will get you there. You guys, this is intentional. It's purposeful. It will be deep thought work. We are going to look at all of these pieces and parts and free up your heart and soul, free up your spirit. So when Seth talks about the fact that he feels like, and many people look at him today and go, you seem like you're a different person, like you're taller, you're bigger, right? You're wider, your energy is bolder. It is. It is. His energy has been set free. And that's what this event is designed to do for each one of you. So you walk away having had a breakthrough of whatever has been holding you back and a plan for where you want to go and the mindset tools and resources you need to get there. So Seth, it's about as fast as I can do that, but that's what we're going to do.
I'm seriously doing backflips. Are you kidding me? There were so many one-liners in there. There was so, I'm going back. I challenge anybody. I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull all the one-liners out there and throw them in the comments. You can never out-earn. You can never out-earn your own perspective of your own self-worth. Anyway, too many to say. Thank you, Deb. We're going to get back to you. If you want to come to this event with us, go register for the event. We actually have VIP tickets. What are the VIP tickets on? Well, I think they're like $179, aren't they, Deb?
And you know what? On Friday, they go to $199. So
$199.
Yeah.
We pre-purchased a whole bunch for our tribe. So they're $99. Go to www.team.ceo. That's us, team.ceo. There's no .com in there, folks. You know you're big when you got your own extension on the web. www.team.ceo. So let me go to these amazing ladies. I'm going to go to Hawaii first. Going to go to Daize. They got schedules and stuff they got to get done. And they're going to bring two things. But Daize, you run a massive organization worldwide out of Hawaii, and living the lifestyle. We're personal friends, and a lot of people can follow you on your social platform and see you living a really unique kind of a life there in the beautiful islands. But can you draw out for us what mindset has allowed you to accomplish or not accomplish? I mean, you've done tremendous things. We all get stuck, but I'll let you tell your own story. But where does this mindset thing fall for you? From like the number one surfer in the world to, amazing business success in network marketing, first time, right? Can you give us some insight there?
Yeah, thanks, Seth. And Deb, wow. You speak to me, and I think that what we all don't realize is it doesn't matter what we've really accomplished a lot of times. This is what I saw, is our voice is always telling us who we should be or who we shouldn't be, or what we're able to accomplish and not. And mindset for me has always probably been at the forefront, whether it's me learning how to surf and wanting to be the best in an all male dominant sport, growing up as one of the only white kids in my neighborhood, to coming from a broken home. I mean, this is just my story, but we all have stories that can create a mindset that is completely unhealthy. Obviously, the more traumatic, I feel like the more you're going to have to work through it. But to me, it's everything. And in this business, and I see this throughout my entire team as well, what I have a problem with personally, and a lot of my leaders, is the mindset that you're as good as you want to be consistently. So we go out and we try to recruit and we fail. And then, or we go out and we try and lead a team, or then all of a sudden that little voice starts coming in and, oh, it's you that they don't want to follow, or, wow, you could be better at this, or all those voices we may have heard growing up, they all resurface in this industry. And I think that's been my personal favorite, because I'm always ready to meet where the rubber meets the road. I'm always searching and trying to grow and trying to become the best version of myself. And this industry, especially if you want to be a builder and especially if you want to be a leader, will put a mirror up to your face consistently and constantly on how you can become a better version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And it always comes back to, what are you going to decide? So when I'm feeling deflated, I go and I look for that personal development, which, Deb, I'm probably going to be calling you, where I need help. Yeah. I'm raising my hand. I need help. I can't do this alone. And so what happens with a lot of us is we think that we got it. And we think that especially as leaders, we think that, we should be having this all figured out. We should be at the top of our game and we should have arrived. Right. But the truth is that I've learned is that you never actually arrive. You just keep learning, keep peeling the onion, keep trying to find that best version of yourself, which I haven't found yet, but I'm eager to find it and I'm eager to learn. So I'm excited for your event, Deb. I really feel like this is going to be a huge, huge help for not just me, but a ton of people that see this with value. I'm pretty sure it's going to be recorded, right, too, so we can go back and, I listen to things 10 or 15 times, because what I've learned is my alter mind, I call it, my not real mind that likes to tell me all the lies. Yeah. It's loud and it keeps talking. So I need to be listening to things over and over and over again to sometimes even just hear it. So right. I'm grateful for you, Deb.
Oh, I'm so excited. And you know what, it's so much fun. Seth was talking about this earlier. It's like, yeah, Marci, I'll be quiet and let you go, and then I'll come back. Daize, I look forward to working with you.
Yes, and I have to go. I have to get on a call. So thank you so much, Seth. I appreciate it. As said, we will talk soon. And bye, ladies. Love you. You're so inspiring.
I love it. So Seth, do you just want me to hop in here?
Yeah, Marci.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
You're off the set at Marvel, right? You can talk to us now.
Right, absolutely.
Okay,
I am
perfect.
here to serve. Well, okay. So I am really excited about this, and thank you, Deb, for being here. And Seth, thank you so much for your heart and bringing this to us as leaders. And the things that you said about us, that imposter syndrome immediately comes to my mind, and it makes me think it's like, who's he talking about? Right? Because a lot of the times that's what we face. Every level has a new devil, right? So every time you rank advance, every time you start leading more people, every time you start doing more, you all of a sudden have more people or thoughts inside of your own mind that are telling you, why do you think that you can do this? So every single time that we have some success, it's like you can celebrate for a minute, but then you better get to work on your mindset, because you're going to have this wall come up that's going to stop you. And so that's what I'm really excited about. This training that's coming, this event, is really diving deep into the thoughts that I have about myself. It's like Daize said, I could just say ditto to everything that Daize said there, right? And I think that Melissa will probably have the same feelings that I have, because being, and yes, it has to do with being a woman, but it just has to be being an individual and wanting to be the most that you can be for the people that you love and care about so much. And that's, obviously our family, our core family, but our Life Vantage family and the team that we have the pleasure and the honor to serve. When you wake up in the morning, you're so excited, but then something happens and all of a sudden you're wondering, it's like, oh my gosh, who am I to think that I can lead people at this level? That's when mindset has to be, that completely changing factor. And so we have to have these skills. We have to be able to have the ability to really kind of flip that switch. We all know what flipping switches does inside of our bodies. Now, could you imagine if we can just flip these switches inside of our mind on command? So I am so excited about this training. I hope that so many of you will take advantage of this offer. Seth, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for what you did, the investment you made in each and every one of us, the belief that you have, and the hearts. We are grateful. So thank you. And I know that one of the things, I know you wanted us to ask a question that our teams could be facing. And, some of the things that I hear a lot on a call I was on just yesterday, I was asked, so what do you do, when you come off of an event and all of a sudden you're having a bad day and you can't get yourself back into it? And so I really think that one of the questions is how do I have the belief in myself that it will carry me through from that extrinsic motivation that we get from events into, believing in ourselves enough to take action and applying that intrinsic motivation. I think that mindset will be valuable.
That's brilliant. And that's one of the reasons why I created NeuroTools. The NeuroTools are kind of the guide by your side. You're right. Events have that external energy, but then we have the internal stuff that we have to deal with over and over and over again. And you're right, Marci, that's where true mastery lives, is the ability to manage your mindset moment to moment to moment. I agree.
Woo. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, Marci. That's a $1 million question in this industry. 100% $1 million question. And, after 19 years in this industry as a distributor, successful distributor, 10 years in this industry on the corporate side, I've attended a few events in my time, and I feel like I've got the biggest treasure, mindset treasure, the biggest secret to success for every single person in our industry, particularly women, because that's where our focus is. And it's what Deb has, these NeuroTools, the guide by your side. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to an event, feel amazing, right? Or I go to church and I feel amazing. And Monday morning I wake up and I feel like I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough, right? And to be able to know what to listen to, what to plug in. I'm just going to start just truth. What if you could plug in the voice of truth? Right? For me, that gets really spiritual into my life, right? Every single day. Wow. Marci, I know you may have to go because you have another appointment as well. you can't keep these ladies long. And I know that Melissa has got an appointment that's calling for her. And so she's a couple of minutes away, but I want to turn this over to Melissa. Melissa, your perspective, you've created an amazing business. You've been able to do in network marketing what so many people never choose to do or never kind of fulfill. And that is, hey, I'm going to build it, then I'm going to retire, and I'm going to live on it. I'm going to enjoy it and ride my horses, and let life happen. And then I'm going to come back and do it again. So, yeah, Melissa Grimes, take it away, girl.
Hey, thank you, Seth. Absolutely. Yeah, it is kind of weird. I don't think I ever went into it thinking that I was going to do that. But that's exactly what we did. And I think part of that, I mean, yes, there's a lot of stuck. I mean, a lot of feeling stuck. Everything that you guys have already said, I've felt the exact same things. We're not unique in that aspect. Busy mom, running all the time. After a while of kind of doing this kind of, not as a couple, but by myself, and also being the caretaker of the household and the kids. And, now of course we have horses on property and we run a little bit of a horse business here. It's creating all this busy. So yeah, there was and has been a period of just saying, wait a minute, why did I work so hard to build this if I'm still running all the time? And I had to just stop. I mean, I really didn't have a choice but to absolutely stop. So I tell people, I can't imagine another industry out there that would allow you to, through all the life experiences, stop and continue to get a paycheck despite, I'm talking 4 or 5 years of truly not building the business. That's a long time to walk back in. And it's like I sell, if you had a Circle K or any other kind of traditional business, if you shut those doors and walked away, when you came back, there'd be 0 sales, right? So to be able to come back in and still have sales there, that is the power of this industry. But the stuck, getting back to that, these neuro tools have just been like transformational for me, because I can show you a bookshelf with thousands of leadership books, and I've read every single one of them. I've been to all the conferences. I've been to all of our stuff. I feel like it's like I'm like a duck, like the expression, like a water off my back. It's like none of it can like digest. Like I'm not hearing all of that leadership because of the mindset. It's the things that we tell ourselves. We wouldn't talk to our kids the way we talk to ourselves. We know for sure that, God would not speak to his children the way that we speak to ourselves. We know it's incorrect. And I believe in mindset. I've actually considered myself pretty good at mindset in every other area of my life. I can talk myself through mindset and all other aspects, but to my business, I didn't realize how unhealthy that my mindset was in this. So I just this week got headsets to work. So I've been 30, 60 days on Deb's trainings just with the Monday morning mindset. Love it. I love how it starts my week off, and truly like 1 or 2 neuro tools a day. I've barely scratched the surface of a few of the trainings. I love the concept of learn it, do it. Because you can learn it, but if you're not actually having somebody hold your hand to do it and then learn it and then do it. But I've barely scratched the surface, and it's already been transformational for me. So all I could think of is I know so many women in my organization and every organization that feel the same way that I do, that are feeling stuck. And what could this do for them? Because they too have read all the books and been to all the events. This is just unique. Like I can't even explain to somebody when people say, what are you doing differently? When I start to talk about mindset training, people kind of go somewhere that this is not that. Yeah. I just can't, because I'm still figuring it out myself. Like I said, I've just scratched the surface of it. But honestly, I have this gut feeling like I wish I could almost stop doing everything else and just do this, because that's how transformational it's been. So I really appreciate, I talked to Seth about 90 days ago. I told him my whole story. We had actually never worked closely together, although we are in the same team. This has been awesome for me to get to know him. But he said, in 30 years of doing business, I found this so powerful. Because the minute he said, I want you to get in this training, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to, another, the whole bit. And, but when he said 30 years of this industry, and I've never joined forces with somebody. I'm telling you that this is different. And the very next day, I listened to Rise and Thrive first thing in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is something good. I got my hands on something good. So I really appreciate you, Seth, bringing this to the table. I'm super pumped. I'll do my best to get as many people as I can to this event. And we're getting together. We're sitting down. I don't want to watch the recording. I want to watch it live. We are, cutting out that time, cutting out all the distractions, and we will be there ready to receive. So thank you, guys.
What do you say after that? I think maybe you just don't say anything. I'm sitting here getting a little emotional, just thinking about, a few years ago, I was at an event. I had over 1,000 people there, and entrepreneurs, women that I'm working with, primarily women. And I made my rounds to all these dinners. And at one of these dinners, there's about 50 people in this restaurant. 48 of them were women. 50 people in this restaurant, 48 were women. And this was my team. These members of my tribe. I mean, these, I would say these are my people. It's not a possessive thing. These are my people, meaning I belong with them, right? And I'm telling you, I walked into this room with these, 48 women from all demographics, age demographic, okay? From 20s to 70s, 80s, all dressed incredibly, just beautiful. It was Japan, right? They like to dress nice, chittering and chattering and laughing and eating. And it was just amazing. And something just hit me at that event, kind of like today, being here. Melissa and, pardon me, Marci and Daisy and Deb, these are the type of women that are changing the world. And it's so interesting when you really get to know them. They have the same struggles. They've been able to get to where they are one step at a time, the law of process, but they're just like the rest of us, right? Except for the fact that they got $1 million or $2 million or a $5 million a year business, right? Well, how did they do that? They were able to find some of these keys. And I think Melissa's experience, because she's been doing this for 90 days, is so powerful to me, because she's done it without this. And now she's doing it with it. And it's I don't know what to say. I'm laughing because Melissa's like, oh yeah, Seth, you want me to do another training, right? I get it. But anyway, this event's going to change our lives. It's going to be the #1 event I've attended in 30 years in this industry. And so Deb, in advance, thanks. We are going to be rocking that event November 4th, 5th, and 6th. And I thank you. Any parting words, Deb, before we close this Facebook Live out?
You know what I would say to anybody watching this, however they get to this recording, is that when you meet a powerhouse like Seth, you know that he is attracting powerhouse energy, right? And you can see that with the women that have been here. I think it's fascinating that you said, Melissa really hasn't been deeply in your organization and in your sphere. Because when I get to connect with Melissa, what I see is power that is like a breath away from, releasing in a big way. That the feeling I get from you is that you've got all this pent up energy from all these years, and it is one release away from, kind of, it's almost like a dragon breathing fire. It's kind of like this whoosh kind of energy that is about ready. So it's so exciting to me to get to feel it and get to see it. And Seth, to know that whatever you did before, that you are 250xing, timesing that right now, it's exciting. That gives me chills, because I think about, Melissa, and I see how many more of her, right, are the two of you going to be bringing into not just your own organization, but into changing the world. It's exciting. It is so exciting to see this process. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Deb. Would you leave everybody with like your mission in life? Like,
Yeah, my mission has always been about freeing the women of the world. Freeing the women of the world from mental and emotional trauma and mindset blocks that are holding them back. It comes from my own abuse as a child, having to fight my way through it. People always say to me, why did you build this system? I was like, well, I built it for me first, because I needed the neurotools. I needed the rewiring. I needed the encouragement. I listen to my own neurotools every single day. But my goal is to help teach women everywhere how to manage their mindset, step past the stuff that holds us back, and to really step into our greatness. The world needs us now more than ever. And Seth, we love and adore men like you who hold up, honor, and really empower women. You are few and far between. Somebody asked me about you the other day. They said, who is this Seth guy? And I said, it takes a very evolved man to be able to hold up others the way you do, the men and women in your organization. It takes a lot of personal fortitude and growth, and you have to have evolved into an extraordinary human being to do what you do. So I just want I want to shout back to you and say, we love and adore you. And you are a role model that we all look up to.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a privilege. Liberating the women of the world. My personal mission in life is to liberate the captive, right? And network marketing offers us the ability to do that, of course, on an economic level. You talked about the 5 promises, of this industry, but the bigger picture, is not just the economic side. It's all 5 of those, yeah. And it's really not it's not a big win unless we get them all, right? Yeah. So, right. Wow, thank you, everybody. Daize, Melissa, Marci, my personal basketball and mindset coach, the one and only preeminent neuro expert in the world. Did I lay that on? I mean, that's how I feel, man. I'll tell everybody that. Deb Erickson. Thanks, everybody. This has been awesome. This has been fun. We'll see you escape the ordinary. Thanks. It's a wrap.